Hi guys, Jill here. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a full face of makeup with a few things that I really haven't used in a little while. I don't have an enormous, by any stretch of the imagination, collection of makeup, but I found a few things that I haven't used and remember really liking them, so we're going to use a few of those things. And for my eyes today, we're going to be working out of the Anastasia of Beverly Hills Sultry palette here. This is an absolutely gorgeous palette, especially if you love warmer colors. It really is quite beautiful. So I'm going to be creating a look out of this. I have worked with this palette many times. I just realized that I do not believe I have recorded anything for you guys using this palette, and it is absolutely stunning and really excited to create something with that. I'm just going to kind of make it up as I go along and we'll see what we end up with. So here's a little sneak peek as to the before and after of this, and you can decide if you'd like to stick around. Okay, so I've already used my skincare and I've already put on my sunscreen. So now I'm going to go in with a radiant primer, the Flower Beauty In Your Prime primer. This is their Illuminating primer. So I really do like this primer. I find that I have to use a pretty good amount for me. It's definitely the size of a large pea, but it has not, I don't wear it every day, obviously, but believe me, I have worn a primer once and it has kind of reacted with my skin, or I've had a little breakout. So I can tell you that I have worn this many times, not in a row per se, but I've never had any kind of weird thing happen with this primer. And it really does, especially if you have a foundation that is a little too matte for you. This will give you a nice little back glow. So yeah, I really do enjoy this primer a lot. And I've been reaching for it lately a lot more. All right, so I'm going to be going on with the face now, and I'm going to use actually a mineral powder foundation I have not used in a little while, and it's the Bare Minerals Mineral Powder Foundation, and this is from the original formulations. This is in color Fairly Light, and it's kind of a little experiment I'm conducting for myself here because I never use this Radiance Primer underneath any kind of powder foundation. I have no idea if these are going to mesh or if it's even necessary to utilize this Radiance primer under here, if I'm going to even see it like I do when I use my liquid foundation. So we'll see. I'm going to be using really one of my all-time favorite makeup brushes for this that I've invested in. I have a wide range of prices within my makeup brushes. Many of them literally costed me $1 or $2. And then like this one by IT Cosmetics was quite the investment, definitely not on the lower end. I'll put the link to it down in the description box if you're interested in it. But I do absolutely love this brush. It's great for mineral powders. It's great for, you know, even doing like powder concealers underneath the eye. It's great for blending. I don't know. I really love this brush. Okay, so I'm gonna load it. And I'm just going to start kind of buffing it in. I don't think you're supposed to start in the center of the face with mineral powder foundations. I don't know, I saw that somewhere, but I always do because that's where I kind of want the most of my coverage. Now I do know that Fairly Light is a little too light for me, and I end up looking like a ghost, which is kind of what happens with almost any foundation that I use. But I have tried a couple other colors and they just don't work as well. I find that the little bit of the yellow background of this particular one just kind of works well. I am more ready here, but then when I matchy, I do tend to look like a ghost, but I can deal with that later with other products to kind of liven up my complexion later on down the road. So let's get to buffing this in. Okay, so I really think the Fairly Light has always been the best match for me. It does really kind of match really well, but you can tell that I look a little bit like a ghost because it does match my skin very well and I'm very fair. But we are going to remedy that. Hang in with me. Okay, so you could actually continue to buff in something like this into the ocular area as your concealer and so forth. I have experimented with that over the years with this and I tend not to like that look. So I am going to go in with what I always use lately for my concealer, which is the Bare Minerals BareSkin Serum Concealer. So I'm going to go in with that now. I have been wanting to try the foundation that goes with this line. I just have not done that yet. And I actually forgot that I had one of these adorable little purple little sponges here. And this is so great at doing just this kind of work here. So I'm going to use this and really easily get into the areas that I need to kind of work this in. It even has a little pointy side. Adorable. And these come in a multi-pack. I remember them being pretty affordable. Got them at Ulta. I'm not going to use this as my primer because I'm actually going to kind of wipe this off a little bit, but I'm actually going to go in with a primer that I haven't used in a while and I really remember liking it. This is the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. This is called Primer Potion and it is an anti-aging eyelid primer and it is a little bit pigmented, but really not much. However, it is a great primer. It definitely does help your eyeshadows stick around longer, no creasing, and it feels quite lovely. So I am going to set that concealer, as much as I hate to do it because I love the finish of that concealer. I am going to set it, however, so it will stay put all day. So I am going to go in and just kind of pat this in. I'm not doing any kind of baking or anything really heavy. I just went really lightly with a little bit of product that's left on here of that translucent powder. It's the Kat Von D Lock-It, by the way. And I just kind of brushed it over the top of that primer that we just put on there. Okay, so before we go any further with the face, we are going to move right along with the eyes. Out of the Sultry palette, we're going to go ahead and start with kind of an all-over wash color, and that color is going to be the following. So we are going to take that and we are going to put it all over the entire eye area, from the base of the lashes to the corner all the way up into the brow bone, and we're just going to give a nice all over even wash with this color. So now we're going to go ahead and go in with a transition color. This is going to be a very simple eye look. It doesn't need a whole lot, I think, for a really pretty soft daytime look. So I'm going to go in with the following color, and it is called Twig. Using the Morphe 441 brush, absolutely love this brush, especially for this kind of application. Right here in that transition color, it works really well. It holds on to the pigment and it grabs quite a lot of it. One thing that I want you to be aware of with the Sultry palette, if you have it as well and you have yet to kind of do anything with it, these are very pigmented. Even the lighter colors, which is fabulous. However, you don't need much. You want to go in very light and build. They blend out like beautifully, but they can continue if you put a little too much pigment on there. They can blend out and blend out and blend out, and before you know it, you have quite a mess going on. So definitely start out light, tap your brush off. You don't need, especially with these brushes, is they really just kind of suck up that pigment. I've noticed I all around across the board seem to really have to use less eyeshadow when I use this particular Morphe brush. And with these kind of fibers here, they're really fabulous. So I'm just going to really press it in and do little downward strokes. I'm going to bring this color right here on the eyelid as well, and really kind of establish with control where exactly this particular color is going. And then once I have that established, by doing that, I have decreased the amount of fallout, because that's the other thing I have noticed with this palette, is there can be quite a lot of fallout. So be really careful of that. And that's why you should also really tap off that brush and go in with packing motions first. That'll really help. And then once you got that pigment where you want it, then you can go in, because now most of it's on your eye tissue, then you can go in and blend out that top line and just kind of soften the whole application. So I'm going to go in with another, actually same brush, just I have a couple of them, which is really fabulous. Once again, I think I mentioned this in the last video I did. My husband got me these brushes for Christmas, and I think he accidentally got me 2 of the same kind, and I couldn't be more happy about that. So the next color I'm going to be applying is the following color, and it is called Birch. I'm really lightly tapping the very tips of my brush into this palette, loading it up that way, and then tapping off the excess. This is a gorgeous color. I'm going to be applying this just to the outer portion of this look. I am not bringing it in here, but I am putting it to pretty much almost the halfway mark here on my mobile lid, a slight angle up to right around there. This will just kind of intensify and really give a little bit more depth to this look. Reloading, and I'm going to hit the other eye with this color now. Again, always patting, patting, patting. Always doing that first. It really does cut down on the fallout, but more importantly, it gives you control of exactly where you want that pigment to go. I'm going to load it once again very lightly, and I'm going to add a little more on this eye. This is warming this color up, this look up, but it really is starting to add that depth. Really pretty. Now I'm going to brighten up the inner part of my eye just a little bit with the color Pearl. I'm going to actually load this on my pinky. I'm going to press it once on my little towel down here, and I'm even going to blow it off just a little bit. Again, I would rather go in twice than go in too hard and heavy and have a ton of fallout. With a color like this, if I had a lot of fallout, it would not be good. I don't want any of this color at all going down in this area. I don't want to accentuate that crepiness anymore than I have to. So again, this is just kind of traditional Jill here. This is where I usually always put a color like this, just right here in the corner. Again, I'm trying to keep it away from falling down in there. And I'm going to take a look at that. And I do like that. I think I put enough on. But I want to put it on a little more right in this part of the mobile lid. And then I'm going to take this and just kind of blend that just a little bit. I'm actually not even taking this on top of the application at all, just muting out those little outer skirts areas. Now I'm going to take that same Pearl. I'm going to load up a little tiny brush that really gives me precision. I'm going to really blow that off, and I'm going to take that right up here, right underneath my arch. really tucking it into the brow there. I don't want this coming down too low and making this whole area very puffy. And if you did bring it down a little too low, that's okay. You can kind of go in over the top of it. So believe it or not, you guys, that is all of the eyeshadow that we're going to be doing to the top part of our look here. I have not been able, unfortunately, to do anything down below my, if you've noticed, down below my lower lashes because my eyes just water it right away. I would love to do that, believe you me, but that just has not been working out for me. But that's okay. I'm living with it. You definitely can do that if you love doing that too, because I do. So before I go in and do my brows, I'm first going to tight line. Absolutely adore tight lining, and we're going to be doing it with this look with a dark brown espresso eye pencil. This is from Makeup Geek. I think they now have eye pencils back into their line. I'm not sure what they've named their dark brown, but I really do love these. They're very creamy and easy to apply to the tight line. However, for tight lining and water lining, they don't have the most magnificent staying power in the world. However, it is really pretty and it sticks around okay. And before I put mascara on, I'm going to add a little bit more of that birch. Just tapping it in the very tips of the brush once again. And I just want to intensify this outer area here with that birch. Just like we did before. I'm just kind of building a little bit more. I just want it to be a little bit more of an impact here at the edge of our eye than it was. All right. And now I'm going to go in with mascara. Okay, I'm going to actually do my brows now. I'm going to go in with using powder first from the Fullproof Brow Powder in palette number 3, like I always do. So I'm going to do that and I will be right back. So next I'm going to go in with this product. I hit my brows with the Gimme Brow. This is a tinted eye gel and this is in number 4. So yes, it is darker, but it works well, I think, with the other color. It gives a little bit more depth, definitely gives me a look that I really do like. This product took a little time to grow on me, but I really have grown to like the tinted gels. I have not used a tinted gel in any other line yet. However, I think I might just to see, you know, if this is an exceptional one or if they're all pretty much the same. All right, I'm going to do a little something to my skin now that's going to bring back a little bit of glow. It's going to warm up my complexion, and I'm going to use something that I haven't used in quite a while, and it was really one of my very favorite things when I first got this, and I used it a ton. I don't know exactly when I stopped using it. I do every now and then, but I love, love, love it, and that's the Peach Blur by Too Faced. It is so pretty. It is kind of like more of a pressed version of those radiances that I love so much within the Bare Minerals line, but this one is just, it gives, you would think it would be really orange, and really orange, especially on someone as fair as me, but it isn't at all. It's really, really pretty. So I'm going to go into it. When I first got this, I was really afraid of it, and I just would go in really light and just put it, and then it's like, no, I'm loading this baby up and it's going everywhere. So it really is a really pretty kind of a finishing powder. I definitely wouldn't call this a setting powder by any means. And you know, I'm putting this over the top of my powder foundation, so it should go on really nice. I like to put it over my nose, around here. I really go in and put it pretty much everywhere. Except for my upper lip area I don't. And then I like to bring it down here into my neck as well. And if you don't want so much going on, you can use more of a floofier brush, something like maybe this, and you can just really just put it exactly where you want it. I like the all over warmth that it gives my very fair skin, like I like to do really with all my radiances. I tend to put them everywhere. Alrighty, so now I'm going to go in with a blush. I want something really just a little flush of color, if you will. What do I got? What do I got? Let's see. Actually, I think I'll go in with this. This is a Bare Minerals something something, and really honestly I don't even know if it is supposed to be a blush or an eyeshadow. I tend to use eyeshadows as blushes and blushes as eyeshadows, so it doesn't really matter, but for your sake, this is called Lovely. Oh, it doesn't really say, but I want to say this is a blush in their line called Lovely. And I think it'll be perfect. Here's kind of what, if I can do this without making a huge mess, this is what the pigment looks like. Can you see that? So I'm going to just do a little teeny tiny tap and tap the rest of that out. Just a tiny little bit. And I'm going to go in with this Morphe brush here, and it has the floofies at the end that I really love for applying blushes. And I'm going to take that right in here. Oh yeah, that's a really pretty color, especially with the look we have going on today. Really pretty. And I am going to actually take this up in here as well. I just kind of want to warm up the perimeter of my face, really into my hairline, literally in there. And just to kind of warm up my whole face. Wow, you guys, have I ever used this Lovely before? This color, I don't know. I'm going to pinch my brush just a little, and I'm just going to very lightly take it on each side of my nose. I don't know. Wow, I really, really love this color. It goes so well with the peach blur. I really like that. I love when these things happen. Okay, let's go in now with a pretty lip liner. I'm going to be using a color from the Color the World company that comes out with these lipsticks. They're absolutely adorable. I love the packaging. They are hand poured, super creamy, lovely for the lips. They condition, they don't dry your lips out. They're so pretty. I'm not a big, huge, you know, bam, lipstick color person. And I have found that with these, they're these really pretty muted colors, very much lipsticks. They're not like glosses, but I don't know. They're just really right up my alley when it comes to the packaging and everything. But the thing about these that are really amazing is the company and what they stand for. Most of their lipsticks, a donation will go, a certain percentage of the sale goes toward a specific cause. So one of them may be specifically for the rainforest, one of them may be for the troops, one of them may be for Alzheimer's Association and all of that. So go to their website. I'm not sponsored by them. I just found them one day, purchased some from my own money, and I'm gonna get some more. I have a wish list going actually recently, and it's like, Jill, you can't get all of those at once. I just love these. So the lip pencil that I'm going to be wearing with this particular color is a MAC pencil. I know it's not the Charlotte Tilbury, although I think the Iconic Nude would probably go just fine with this, but I'm going to change it up because that's kind of the theme of this video, and we will see. And then I like to take my pinky actually and soften up the edges as much as I can. And so within that gorgeous line, I'm going to go in with the color Wildflower. Isn't it pretty? I think it'll go really nice with what we did today. And you guys, each one of these has a different design to the tube itself, and it's a really heavy cardboard. And so I find myself browsing by, oh my God, I love the artwork on that one. And then I'm like, Jill, I would never wear that color. So be careful of that, but it really does make you want to collect all of them. It really does. They're just beautiful. All right, guys, I just finished off my lips with using the Skinny Dip. This and the White Russian are probably my go-tos. I wear them quite a lot to finish off or top off whatever lipstick I'm wearing. You know, there really aren't, I can't say there are many glosses that I would be so excited to repurchase. I don't know, they're not like super, you know, finding that favorite gloss kind of focus for me. However, even adding the White Russian into this, I would say this is the one that I will repurchase again. I do love Skinny Dip here. I hope they still make it because I've had it forever, but I can tell I'm at the very bottom. I love it because it gives a little bit of a gold champagne-y touch. And when I do wear colors like this, kind of the warmer colors, and I'm maybe mustards or just those kind of pretty colors, I love using this as just that little bit of a final touch. It's my ultimate, I think, absolute favorite. And I think I first heard about this from Nisha. I think this is when I was watching her at that time. This was her kind of, she would wear this one a lot. And so I, of course, you know, had to get that. So, but I absolutely love it as well. Okay, so I'm looking and I'm really, I'm trying to determine if wearing the flower, you know, this Radiance in Your Prime primer underneath the mineral foundation, the mineral powder foundation, if I am seeing that at all. I really honestly think the only way to tell will be for me to use it without it. Take some pictures, see if I notice any of that radiance coming through. You know, I've got some radiance going on beyond that. I got the peach blur, which gives you kind of a gorgeous back glow. So I don't know. I kind of paid attention to before I even did that. I'm not sure if I see that at all in this look. So we'll see. I'm not sure. I will definitely try it, whether I record it or not, without it as well, and see and compare, take some pictures, and I will get back to you on that, because who wants to use a product if you don't need to? You know, it's a waste of product. So I'll let you know about that. All right, guys, so that is it for this look. I hope that you like this one. This is, the eye look anyway, is right out of the Sultry palette here by Anastasia of Beverly Hills. Gorgeous palette. I do use it quite a bit. I just realized I hadn't recorded a look with it. Those pigments in there are hoo-hoo. You know, like, I only use 2 colors. That hardly ever happens, yet I was able to build depth depending on how much I used, and you can continue to build within the same color and create looks probably with just 1 color. I never ever do that because I do like depth in my eye looks, but with that palette I think it may be possible. So only 2 colors. I would have preferred to do something soft underneath my lower lash line as well, but with my eyes and the watering situation, it just doesn't work. I have actually not uploaded 3 different videos because my eyes weren't, it just turned into a mess. So I've decided I'm not even going to try, not even when I'm recording, and I haven't been able to wear it anyway. So anyway, if I would have totally done something under there. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and be on the lookout for more videos coming at you this week. Bye-bye.